Out Middle Tennessee, Benny is on the beat. Here comes your host, Benny Pulley, going in-depth with singer-songwriters and musicians from across Music City and beyond, with live performances straight from historic WLIJ Studio-B right here in Shelbyville. Benny on the Beat on WLIJ is sponsored by Black and Blue Sports and by Shady Acres Creations Boutique and more in Bell Buckle. Now, let's see what we've got here. Here's Benny Pulley.
And I'm with Chase Clanton, co-host, and we've got a returning guest.
Our first one, Benny.
That's right, our inaugural guest of the first Benny on the Beat.
Must have a short list.
You made the short list.
Yeah, and so Jeff Batson's joined us again, and we appreciate him coming up here and taking the time to do it.
I love you guys. It was so fun to be your inaugural guest.
Yeah, man. You know, we talked about the show for probably a year or so.
Something like that.
That we were going to do one, and we needed to do it. And then I got a hold of Jenny, and she said, well, you know, and then mentioned you. And I said, well, let's just start with him. Let's just do it.
So we did.
Yeah.
And then it went uphill from there.
Yeah, it has. It
went uphill from there.
Yeah, last time I looked, I believe our first one with you is like 1,100 or 1,200 views already on Facebook, you know. So
I'm a good test dummy.
Yeah, you're a good testament. Yeah.
You're the good test dummy.
What you call a test dummy? We had to have.
Now, emphasis on test or dummy?
Well, the dummies are with us today, me and you.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you, Benny. That's awful nice.
You know, but anyway,
it's so fun to come down to, like, you know, to get out of Nashville, come down to this small area, Shelbyville.
Sure.
If nobody's been here, you should come visit. It's a great little small town.
And we've had a lot of good visitors. We did have Joe Rucker, you know Joe, and Joe came in. And
you've had a bunch of people.
We've had a lot of people in
Kari, Mark Young.
Mark Young.
Now Mark
Luther.
a great one. Yeah, Luther. He's coming. We hadn't got him yet. He's coming in July.
Reschedule a few times.
So
you've talked to Randy. I know you've talked to Randy.
Talked several different ones. And we're trying to
Jenny's a good booking agent.
Oh, yeah, she is.
And a good promoter.
She is, and she's got a lot of guests that we've got on our to-do list. We just haven't got to them yet, but we're getting there, you know.
Right.
And we appreciate her helping us, and we appreciate you taking time to come spend some time with us, you know. And what I like about this show is we get to feature our local talent, a lot of local talent. Now, we have had, you know, Randy, who interviewed from Texas, you know, we've had that. But we are getting a lot of local people that are listening now, and
that's awesome.
We appreciate that. And, you know, the comments I get from different people I see out, you know, they really like what we're doing. So
I was telling you on the way down here, and I was listening via the app online, and it's just so refreshing to hear local radio still.
Oh, yeah.
And hear, you know, what's going on here.
Well, a lot of times people say, well, I listen to Sirius. Well, that's great, you know, but when you listen to local, you get the commercials, you find about new businesses that come to town, you get to hear the local weather, you get to hear the local news. So there's a lot of stuff that you don't get.
I was encouraged because there's no obituaries this morning.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I'm always happy to say
zero.
that.
I'm like, all right.
It's all right.
It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
That is a good sign.
I always like that.
You're more plugged in listening to local radio. But, Benny, I want to point out, we kind of built the show around Jeff because we had the idea and we kicked it around. And then Jenny said, what if I send Jeff your way? And it's like, well, let's do it. Let's do a show. What do we want to do? Well, we'll have Jeff play and sing. We'll ask him questions. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and it worked out really good, I thought. And,
he passed the interrogation, so he was able to come back.
And we had a lot of good comments.
I'm not going to be deported yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
You're hanging on by a thread, but
yeah.
Well, Jeff, tell us a little bit about in your life and what's going on. I know you got songwriter thing tonight.
I'm playing at the Tone Central as part of the TSAI. That's the Tennessee Songwriters Association.
Okay.
I'm a member of that, as well as NSAI. But TSAI's got a little thing they do at Tone Central. And then I'm playing Friday night, or another writer's night, with Lacey Carpenter. Asked me to be part of a round at the Maxwell House.
I've done that one too. I like the Maxwell House.
Yeah, and then I'm playing the Lost Cave up in Bowling Green. Coming up in early June.
I'd like to be in that one. That's one I've heard. The sound in there is really good.
That's what I've heard too, and I've never done that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they say acoustics in that cave really sound good.
I actually did a real gig not too long ago back in my girlfriend's hometown of Fredericktown, Missouri.
Cool.
I played the Azalea Festival.
Wow. The Azalea Festival.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. That's big time there.
Is it? Okay.
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was just me. I played a couple hours, and it's so fun to play when there's sound provided and you don't have to be setting up your own stuff.
I spent the weekend doing that.
Setting up your own.
Played. I did that, man. Started my own band in high school and kept doing it through college. We played just about every weekend, and I would get there about 3 hours early, set up all the sound system, and then play and sing and stuff.
And then had to tear it all down.
I had that problem. It's not good to own the sound system. When you own the sound system, that pretty much means, and I was always that guy that owned the sound system.
You're in.
Chase, I know, did Friday night at the Cruise Inn.
Yeah, you guys too with our sister station.
Yeah, that's right. And then he also did the show Saturday, I think. We
had a private party on Saturday.
And that one, so, I mean, he's having to set it all up. And he'll pull up in that trailer, and all that equipment starts coming out.
Oh, yeah. That's,
what it's like.
Yeah, you're pretty much getting paid to do that.
Oh, yeah.
The playing part's the fun part. That's the free part.
I think of it that way, honestly.
It really is that. It is that way.
Yeah.
I've never been lucky enough to get to the point where I'm doing all kinds of gigs where I just show up and play. So it's a treat when that happens.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's for sure. So, songwriting. I know you're doing some quite a bit, and I know you've got some new stuff that you've been working on.
Yeah, I've been for the last year or more, I've been kind of putting together a little solo project.
Yeah.
I mean, as we talked about last time, I've done a duo with a friend of mine named Eric Haynes for the last 15 years or so. But this last year and a half or so, been working on a project, and I've got enough songs now. It's about ready to complete. I've released a couple songs, as you guys know, that have done well over in Europe.
And one I kept telling you was going to go. I had you play it on here.
Yeah, and, Come On Sunshine.
It went on. It went on to number one. It was.
Benny kept saying it's going to.
It was like at 18,
really?
and I'd post on Jeff. I said it's headed toward number one, and then it came 15, and I think it was.
It took a bit.
13.
It took a minute.
And it kept moving on up, and then it was like number 4 or 5. I said it's going to number one, and sure enough,
it did.
It went to number one.
And that was my set. The End of the Grains went number one over there, thanks to Nick. And Jenny's the one that, we talk about Jenny. Put me in touch with Nick, and I've had 2 back-to-back number ones over there. And it's kind of fun. Something to talk about.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, I know it's not tradition, but could you do Come On Sunshine? Because we've had a lot of storms and a lot of rain for the last couple of weeks.
Trust me, this song is
much needed.
Right.
Nice, yeah.
Sure, I'll do that.
All right, let's do it.
And I should say I wrote this with Aaron Ray Thierry, who's a Grammy winner.
All right.
He won a Grammy for a song he co-wrote that Lady Gaga did in the Stars Born soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll Never Love Again. And then he also has had a number one and a couple awards lately with a song he wrote called You Look Like You Love Me. It's a duet.
Oh, that's right.
Riley Green and Ella Langley
have
had a lot of success with the song that Aaron's a writer on. So I can't take full credit for this.
Well, that's all right.
Whoa. Whoa. Been a while since we've seen you. Where'd you go, sunshine? What's up? Oh, oh, come on, sunshine. Tell the rain to go away. The birds and bees wanna play. Oh, oh, come on, sunshine. Come on, sunshine. You can do it. We all see you peeking out from behind the clouds. Warm us up, please. Make the grass green. Let those beautiful rays of yours shine on down. The skies are gray and in a gloomy mood. Come along, sunshine, paint 'em blue. Oh, 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 come on, sunshine. Partly here, now that ain't near enough. All the way, stop your teasing us. Oh, sunshine, you can do it. We all see you peeking out from behind the clouds. Warm us up, please. Make the grass green. Let those beautiful rays of yours shine on down. And we won't mind if you decide to stay all day. Come on, sunshine. Come on, sunshine. Come on, sunshine. You can do it. We all see you peeking out from behind the clouds. Warm us up, please. Make the grass green. Let those beautiful rays of yours shine on down. Warm us up, please. Make the grass green. Let those beautiful rays of yours shine on down. Woo.
Yes, sir. That's pretty.
That's a fun one.
It is
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, man, we've needed some sunshine.
Oh, I tell you, because me and Chase and Brandon were all here during all the severe storms. You know, we were broadcasting and
gets late sometimes.
And you're thinking, boy, we sure do need the sunshine.
We do, and then prayers go out to all the people around.
Yes, we had
all the various parts of the country.
Oh yeah, we
I
had
mean,
one that came close to our house. I think you texted me that night.
I did,
Yeah, and
'cause
to
I
make
saw
sure
the-
we was okay. But I was headed to town when it was headed through our neighborhood. So I'd already called my wife, told her, I said, get to the bathroom. And so
Yeah.
she'd
Right.
already went and cover in there. And
Like Maury County, I
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all over,
They get hit.
and St. Louis, my home area, St. Louis got
hit
nailed
pretty hard. Yeah.
pretty hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it with tornadoes?
Yeah,
or flooding?
tornado went right through Central West End.
No
yeah,
way.
St. Louis, and
Wow, man.
killed 5 people.
Well,
I tell you what.
I think all we can do right now is dream about sunshine, because today there's a 75% chance of rain, tomorrow 60%, Thursday 65%, Friday 80%, and then Saturday's going to be sunny.
Yeah. So
dream.
come on, sunshine. Yeah.
Come on, Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come
Come
on.
on, Saturday.
Yeah, you know that, and you know you don't think of a song like that. You don't. I don't know. You just wouldn't think, being number one, but it's the tune, the catchy phrase. Come on, sunshine, and especially when you got, like in the wintertime, especially when it's cold and dreary,
Right.
and you want some sunshine just to warm up.
And that's a real thing. That I forgot what the disease is called. That when you're
They have to get the vitamin
depressed.
D. Yeah, you get real
Seasonal
depressed.
depression.
Seasonal, yeah.
because
That's a
that
real,
happens.
real thing.
Oh yeah, a lot of people suffer from that.
And I mean, I'll be honest, I'm ready for a string of like sunny days.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah,
we have a
I
couple
know.
days and get teased a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
stop teasing us. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, we'll get ready here for a break here in just a second. I'm going to ask another question too. So, so when you wrote that, is it Aaron?
Aaron.
Okay, when you and Aaron wrote it, what was the process as far as how long did it take you? Was it a thought you had? Or you and him was the weather just bad? Y'all just started talking?
No, we really didn't have a thought.
Okay.
I'd met him through another friend of mine named Wood Newton, who's a hit songwriter, and we got together at his office down on Music Row, and it was one of those weeks like these last few weeks where it's like raining every day, and we're kind of talking about ideas and kind of looking out the window. I mean, honestly, and it's like, come on, sunshine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where, and then we ran with it.
Yeah.
But, that's kind of where that came from. And it sat around for a long time, and then I finally released it. So maybe somebody else, big will pick it up.
Yeah.
One of these days.
It's got a good
It's
beat
funny,
to it.
I played that song for a couple song pluggers in Nashville, and they're very well known, and they're like, well, yeah, that's fun, but that's really just a children's kids song. And I'm like, okay. I don't think so. I think it's
more than
anybody
that.
can relate to it.
Oh, I do too.
If they want to put it in a children's movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Put it in Coco Melon. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
No. No.
I'll take a Disney soundtrack or
Oh, that's
whatever.
right.
you
Yeah.
know. But
I'll go in with you on that.
I think the song's, I think it's bigger than that, honestly. And I've played that song enough now that at Writers' Nights. If I walk into the Commodore, the servers are like, "Come on, Sunshine." I mean,
they know
it's
you
kind of like my calling.
Yeah, calling card.
So
interesting.
So I think it's not just the adolescent children crowd.
Oh yeah, well,
it
wouldn't have moved up to number one in Europe,
right?
Because there ain't a lot of kids on listening to the charts.
Right. Yes.
I'll be honest.
Some adults are listening.
Yeah. So I disagree with them on that part.
Well,
put them on blast. Put them on blast.
I guess I'm prejudiced.
Well.
But anyway, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and we will be right back.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on Wood 14, East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
Our trending fashions are boutique style apparel at affordable price. Something you're looking for? Look no further than Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. We have special brands from Judy Blue to other famous boutique style brands in most sizes for all ages. We also offer on-site permanent jewelry for the more adventurous shopper. In Bell Buckle at 102 Bell Buckle Ward Trace Road. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 6 p.m. 931-813-3100. Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More is your new place to shop for the latest designs and fashion trends.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Hello, Trouble. And he's got a friend. It's Benny on the Beat on 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Sponsored by Black and Blue Sports and by Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More in Bell Buckle. Now let's send it back to Studio-B.
All right, this is Benny Pulley on the Beat, and I've got Chase Clanton with me, Jeff Batson, and we're discussing his "Come On Sunshine" because of the weather.
Right.
Yeah, no.
But it did make it number one over in Europe.
It did.
And like I said, I kept watching it, and I kept going, it's going to make it to one. It's just got to, because the part I like about it is the tune is sort of catchy. It's sort of a upbeat,
right?
It makes you feel like, all right, come on, Sunshine.
It's one of those courses, by the second time around, you're like, oh, come on, Sunshine.
Yeah, you could get the crowd involved pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Jeff, I've been wondering something. How do you get on the European chart? I mean, of course, you live here in America, in Tennessee.
Jenny hooked me up with a friend, Nick, over there. So
that's what he does.
And, he releases stuff, and, in terms of who their outlets are that play the songs,
right.
I don't know 100%.
Right.
There's a few people that I know thank this person, and every week I try to thank these people.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I'm waiting for the call to go over there and play.
That's what I'm thinking.
Two number ones, you'd think,
I know Valerie Smith.
She was big in Europe.
Big in bluegrass, and she goes over there and she sells out most places she goes.
I know a lot of people like that here, because and the other thing with the music over there, like radio stations, even they play all kinds of music. Right. It's not just here. We're pretty genre specific.
But you country that way.
Over there, over there, it's like they'll play a rock song and then a country song. They just play music.
They just play music. Interesting.
It used to be more like that.
Yeah. The old days, like when you was listening to the thing, you would hear a couple of country songs and then you would hear rock. You might hear a pop.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't specific to that thing. But now everybody wants to separate the genres,
Right.
So that's why we kept LIJ strictly country.
Yeah. Right.
And the older
And
country.
I'm sure it has to do with advertising, like who your demographic audience is. Yeah. It's like, well, we need to play this kind of music because these people...
Yeah. They like us.
Buy these products and these advertisers we can target.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think Paul, his main goal was he wanted this one to be country.
Yeah.
Old country, and he wanted that one over there to be old rock. So that way we've got two separate. He didn't care. As long as I go out and sell it, he don't care.
Right, just sell it.
As long as you keep it traditional country.
I got to meet Paul earlier.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Now Paul won't tell you that, but he's probably one of the best banjo players you ever hear.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. When we do the swapping shop, we play his album that he's got with his music on it. But he's a great banjo player. Now, he says he forgets things. He says he can't play no more. But Josiah brought in his guitar, his banjo, to have him tune it. And so he was sitting in here, and Chase come in and say, Paul, what's this song?
I think it was Sally Ann. I said, you remember Sally Ann?
And he just sit there and
he found
and
it.
all of a sudden, but he just started playing it.
Like the floodgates open. He's like,
But he can really play a banjo.
Well, Paul, if you're listening, these guys are doing a great job. You need to pay them a little more.
We'll get our bonus later.
There's extra Butterfinger out there in the candy bowl. I'll go get one here in a second.
Oh, man. So, do you do tours? I was just wondering, do you ever go out on tour? I know some people do, but
no, not really.
To me, I think that would be. I don't know. I don't think
I'd like to do that, but
so?
It's a tough. You
tough
guys
market.
know it's a tough business. I mean, there's so much competition.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing about the internet and the whole social media thing and the digital world that we live in,
right.
It's easy to get music out there and get it exposed to a lot of people. Something can go viral immediately almost.
Yeah.
But the downside of that is there's so much content.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everybody in the world
is doing it.
Whether they suck or they're good or great or
it's putting out stuff.
It's like there's so much stuff out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a spring chicken.
No.
I'm 58 years old.
Yeah.
And it's like, so do I want to make 20 Instagram reels a day and put them out?
Yeah.
No, man, that's just not my thing. I mean, I'm a singer and songwriter.
You're old-fashioned.
I'm old-fashioned in that way. I want to write a great song and sing it and hopefully deliver it. And, and that be enough. Not have to,
not have to dance on TikTok every day.
Here's my dinner.
Come on,
we got, when I'm doing this and doing that, and I don't know, and I don't mean to sound jaded, but that's just not.
That's not who you are.
That's what it takes to make it. Maybe and what's making it? Making it to me is like playing my adoption song at the Bluebird, and somebody comes up at the end of the show crying because that song touched
so much.
To me, that's making it. And can I put would I love to have a bank account with all the commercial success? Yeah, that'd be neat.
Great.
But that's really not why I started doing this, and that's not why I do it now. I do it now to touch people.
I think that's the key because I've heard several singers, and I lead singing at church, and I have members come up to me and say, appreciate your song service, or I appreciate this, and just getting that compliment that they love to hear you sing, it makes you feel good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
it's really hard to monetize that, to put a dollar thing on that for me. And I know some people would say, oh yeah, that's because you've not had that success yet, but I still don't think it would change. I think if I made $1 bazillion, I still wouldn't change my lifestyle much.
No.
I mean, I might have a faster car, but
you don't need it. You'll get the ticket.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think money. And I've been around plenty of people with money and success in the music business. It's like, if you're kind of a jerk, you're just a bigger jerk. if you're a nice guy, you're still a nice guy if you have money. Really, the people that I've met, my experience has been the people with the most money, you'd never know they had $1.
Yeah.
They're going to treat you the same.
Oh, yeah.
Every time they see you.
Sure.
You know. I like people like that.
I like genuine. I call them genuine.
And even if you're a jerk, it's like, okay, well, I know you're a jerk.
At least I know you're real.
See, don't treat me different because I'm with somebody, you know, that you think might be able to help you or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like people that are like different depending on what setting you meet them in, or you know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've met people like that.
Me too.
If they're around these kind of people, they treat you a little different than if they were by themselves.
Well, and I've got a lot of friends in radio from back in St. Louis, so I've done over the years gotten to attend a lot of music events and been around everybody. But you know, if I'm with my radio friends and see maybe an artist, a star, they act totally different than if they saw me
out by yourself.
Yeah. And that's what I don't like. It's like, just be who you are.
Yeah, be who you are. I think that if you can always be genuine in anything, whether it's business or whatever, be genuine, be honest. And I think more people attract to that than being dishonest.
And that, my friends, could be a song title.
Yeah.
Be who you are.
Be who you are.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good one.
Hey, we might have to write that.
This guy might have a future.
Let's take a 2-hour commercial break. We're going to write that song and come back. No, we're not. We are not.
Oh, but so what do you got? You got one of the newer ones that you would like to play?
I don't know. I really didn't have an agenda.
Well,
I do. You know what? I'm going to do a song that I'm thinking about. I think this is going to be the next song I record.
Okay.
And I don't do it a lot, so if I mess it up, it's okay.
Well, that's
I wrote
all right.
this with my duo partner, Eric Haynes, and AJ Bryant. And, you know, I think a lot of people kind of can relate to this. I grew up, my mom was always the one that would go to church more often than my dad. Not like my dad wasn't a good person or a good Christian person. But my mom was the one that made sure we went to Sunday school and church. And I don't know, we wrote this song, and it's called Trying to Get to Heaven. She would always tell him, don't drink in front of the kids. And if you have to cuss, don't take the Lord's name in vain. She'd head to church on Sunday while he slept off Saturday night. And she prayed that he would change. She always saw the good in him and overlooked the wrong. 'Cause he worked hard and did his best to provide. He always thought she'd be there, he'd be the first to go, but she ran out of time. Now he's doing all he can to be a better man, but someday he wants to be by her side again. He's praying he's forgiven and changing the way he's living, trying to get to heaven. He picked up his Bible, started reading the words and read. Got down on his knees like she always hoped he'd do. He said, God, if you can hear me, I swear I'll make things right and surrender all to you. Yeah, he's doing all he can to be a better man. Someday he wants to be by her side again. He's praying he's forgiven, changing the way he's living, trying to get to heaven. He volunteers down at the mission, cooking in the kitchen. She's up there looking down. He wants to make her proud. So he's doing all he can to be a better man. 'Cause someday he wants to be by her side again. He's praying he giving and changing the way he's living, trying to get to heaven, trying to get to heaven, trying to get to heaven.
That's pretty, man.
That's good.
That's
really good.
Is that a true story for?
Well, I mean, like I say, my dad, I mean, he wasn't like around her and out every Saturday night, but my dad worked shift work at Monsanto, and so he didn't go to church. I mean, you know, it wasn't like he wasn't a Christian. He did know the Lord, but he, you know, got much closer to the Lord once he got diagnosed with cancer. Yeah. A lot of people, he became more sentimental and soft, I guess, in his older age as he got sick, and you know, as the reality of, you know, we're not going to be here forever, you know, becomes apparent. You know, you start thinking about those kind of things. And my mom was always, you know, grew up piano player in church and that kind of thing. So in a way, and I think a lot of people, at least my friends, the Midwestern, you know, kind of can relate to that story.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it sort of reminds me of my parents. I mean, because I grew up in the 57s when I was born, so I'm 67, so I've seen it. But my dad was sort of like that, what you're talking about. He was sort of mean sometimes, and rough. Me and my mom would go to church, try to go to church, you know, and then eventually he started going to church, and then she passed away, just like you're talking about. And then he carried.
You're giving me chills here.
Yeah, carried on and doing the same thing, trying to be a good Christian, you know, because he was one left, you know, and he really tried hard in his last few years to be a good Christian.
Wow, so that sounds
that song,
it's kind of
it's just like,
golly,
man, it's like you wrote it for him, you know. But yeah, that's great, man. That's a good song.
Isn't that the cool thing about music, though? You can like, you know, it's kind of like some sermons. You go to church and you're like, ooh, he's talking to me.
He's talking.
Like songs, it's like,
well, songs, you know, songs, sermons, whatever, you know, art is applicable. You know, you can take art and you can interpret it, you can apply it to your life, and another person can apply it to their life, and sometimes it just hits.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Well, you might, you know, I mean, to me, that's one of the beauties of songwriting. That's one of the beauties of co-writing.
Yeah.
I can write a song on my own. Yes, I can. But I might, if I'm co-writing, it's like you might say something and what you've got in mind is totally different than what I heard. It's like, no, man, that's awesome. Well, let's go this way.
Yeah, let's,
you know, you change directions,
You know, so that's, but wow, I'm glad to.
Yeah, you know.
So I think that's the next song I'm going to record.
Well, I think that'd be a good one.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be a good song.
I've thought, and you know, my girlfriend and even Jenny is like, well, you've got all these like positive, inspirational, not necessarily Christian or gospel songs, but I do have quite a few songs in my catalog that are lean that way because that's who I am. That's who I grew up. You know, I can't say I went to church on Wednesday. You know, Sunday school and I mean, you know, and Bible study on Wednesday. But a good solid Christian base foundation, yes, you know. And I mean, everybody's entitled to believe what they believe, but I believe the way I believe, and you know.
Well, I got to tell you this a little joke. I'll tell you this little joke. So, this man and his wife, they go to a church, and the man gets sort of upset. He says, "I'm not going there no more." And she said, "Why?" "Because every time I go, the preacher talks about me, and I'm tired of it." He said, "Every time he tells, you know, he's talking about me. I know he's talking about me." She said, "He's not talking about you. Don't worry about it." Said, "Now, next Sunday you go to church and you stand behind the curtain in the back. He won't know you're there." And she said, "Okay." And he said, "All right, I'll come, but I'm going to stay back behind that curtain." She said, "All right, that's what we'll do." So the preacher's getting up there and he's preaching with them hellfire and brimstone sermons. He pounds the podium. He said, "The devil could be right behind that curtain." And he jumps out. He said, "I told you."
That's awesome.
But, you know, people do think you're talking about them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just, you're going to step on some toes because if you've lived in this old world,
you've
done some things, and you've been around some stuff, and it's they're going to stand.
It'll rattle your cage.
Oh yeah,
it's like rattle your cage.
That's exactly right.
But but things are applicable.
Yeah. So what's the name of it again?
That was Trying to Get to Heaven.
Trying to Get to Heaven.
Yeah, I wrote that with A.J. Bryant and Eric Haynes.
Well, that's cool. Are they both from Nashville?
Well, not anymore.
Okay.
I think Eric's living in Texas, and AJ moved back to Ohio.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
we wrote a bunch of songs together, and Eric and I played together for a long time.
Wow.
He's still got a presence here and a home here. But they're just great guys.
Well, that's good. Well, I guess we're getting close to a 2-minute break, something like that. We'll take a break.
2-minute warning.
Whenever I'm going to give you a 1-minute warning. So, Brandon, whenever you'd like to take us to break, go right ahead.
Our trending fashions are boutique style apparel at affordable price. Something you're looking for? Look no further than Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. We have special brands from Judy Blue to other famous boutique style brands in most sizes for all ages. We also offer on-site permanent jewelry for the more adventurous shopper. In Bell Buckle at 102 Bell Buckle Ward Trace Road. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 6 p.m. 931-813-3100. Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More is your new place to shop for the latest designs and fashion trends.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on Wood 14, East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com. At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service that you can count on. Right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
This is Benny Pulley, Benny on the Beat with Chase Clinton and Jeff Batson, our guest. And we're just discussing music and different things we've done, and we just sort of went through Memorial Day, and that's for all the fallen men and women that went to war and died in peace times and war times, but have gave their life for our country, So we have a lot of freedoms we take for granted, and people don't realize that we're able to do, me and Chase and Brandon are able to do the radio like we want to because of somebody's sacrifice. Because if we were under socialism, we wouldn't be able to do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to people. We wouldn't be able to express our opinions.
Not at all.
And so this way we have that freedom.
You'd be in a big trouble.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Express your opinions.
If we were doing this in China, we would not be doing it for more than 5 minutes, probably.
Yeah, they'd probably come shut us down. But I know you said you've done a song for disabled veterans.
Another song I wrote with Eric Haynes and our friend Gary Levitt up in New England. We wrote a tribute, and somebody did a video. There's a video out there on YouTube, but I don't do this song a whole lot, so if I
bear with
it up, bear with me. But I don't think any of our veterans get really what they deserve or what they've got coming. But disabled veterans have a special place in my heart.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
whether you won an award or didn't, or just. I knew the day that I signed up stood and took that oath. The risk that I was taking, someday I might not make it home. I've seen some of my buddies spend their last day on this earth. I think about their families and how much they must hurt. They gave their lives so all of us could live here free. The ultimate sacrifice, may they rest in peace. I don't pretend and I will never be. I just thank God I'm alive, so I can be here by your side. My body may be broken, but I don't think about the pain. I cherish every moment, say a prayer every day. So for those who paid the price, my children and my wife, till my last breath is gone, I'll march on. Well, I wish I could have been there the day you came into this world. You were 3 days old before I knew I even had a baby girl. From that day on, all I thought about was getting home to you. With every bullet that I shot, every battle I fought through, I dreamed about helping you learn to ride your bike, playing on the beach, swimming with you in the ocean's tide. Now here you are, the day has come to give away the bride. I just look at you and smile, wish I could walk you down that aisle. My body may be broken, but I don't think about the pain. I cherish every moment, say a prayer every day. So for those who paid the price, my children and my wife, till my last breath is gone, I'll march on, march on, march on. Yeah, my body may be broken, but I don't think about the pain. I just cherish every moment, say a prayer every day. And for those who paid the price, my children and my wife, till my last breath is gone, I'll march on, march on. I'll march on.
All right.
Yeah.
There, a little rough, but hey.
That's all right. Now, is the name of it March On?
March on.
Oh, that's
Yes,
good.
sir.
That's good. I mean, it really hits home with those of our military who've come back with some kind of issue.
You know, the gentleman, Ed Cameron, he created a video. It's really incredible. It's got a lot of the disabled veterans running the Olympics. And it's amazing now with prosthetics, even if you've lost a limb, what you can do.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean,
and they got them with the spring and everything. I mean, they can do the sprints and the whole thing.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. To me, it's just
the technology.
Technology has gotten so advanced, and that they can do things that they thought they couldn't.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm glad of that too, because when you can put the time and the effort and the money into our veterans to help them live a better life after they did what they did for us.
Right.
Can't get no better than that.
No, and it's just cool that because I mean, just because they lost an arm or leg or what, it's like they still have the heart and the drive, and the ambition and the talent, and it's like for somebody to create a limb that's like so light that they could just
just
that they can
keep
take
doing
off.
that and pursuing, whether it's basketball. I've seen like basketball games. It's like,
really?
wow, that's so cool.
The ones in the wheelchair,
isn't that cool?
I mean, I can't barely play with 2 legs.
Same.
But, in a wheelchair, I know it has to be hard.
That's next level right there, Benny. So, Jeff, when you're going through the verses of that song, I could clearly picture those scenes in my mind. It really took me there. So wherever the place was that that song lives, I went there with you.
That's awesome. Well,
very vivid.
Like you said earlier, talking about like a blank slate, it is kind of like, as a songwriter, it's like, I'm a big fan of like story songs and real and songs have kind of gotten away from that. It's more like in the moment, like not really stories, but
you're right. You're right.
I try to, when I write, I want somebody to be there, whether I've experienced it firsthand or not. I want to take somebody there or make you feel something.
I agree with that.
So, Benny, Benny's just been a huge supporter online and like sharing stuff all the time.
I tell you, Jeff's a good singer and he's got a good voice, and the songs like he writes are deep, emotional.
Right. Well, we have an adoption connection, so that was an immediate bond that we
for
have,
sure.
That is true.
And of course, I did that for Memorial Day. I posted a picture of my father who raised me, and I posted a picture of both of them were in the military. One was in the Navy, one in the Army.
Wow.
So I posted that picture yesterday. Got a lot of comments of their pictures,
And, on Mother's Day, I posted a picture of my adoptive mother who raised me and who I call Mom. And then I posted a picture of my biological mother who I've met, in the last 10 years.
Right.
And, gotten to know that story. And, she's a wonderful person for doing what she did.
Right.
And then my life has ended up, I've been blessed beyond measure.
Yeah, you don't think at the time, my first thought was shock.
Right.
Because I didn't know.
Right.
And then the second thought was, well, if I had went the other direction, I might not be where I'm at today. I might not learn the things I did, because my dad who brought me up, I learned all about business, how to run a business, and sort of how that works, that system. So that sort of helped me build my business, where the other one I never knew him. So so I think it was better off for me doing it this way.
And things happen for a reason.
Yeah, man, you're right.
It's like, well, the right decision was made, whether it was somebody that coerced you into making that decision or it was your decision.
Yeah.
It ended up good.
Yeah, because you always, at first thought, you feel like, why didn't they tell me? That was my first thought.
Yeah, or why did this person give me up?
Yeah,
there's a sense of abandonment.
Did they not love me? You're right.
Did they not want me?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I found out from my mother that she's still alive, and she's in Mississippi, but she told me that she had 2 kids already. And when I came along, she didn't have the extra money to feed me like she should be able to. So my aunt, who raised me, is my mother. She just said, I'll take him, raise him for a few months until you get back on your feet. So she took me, but she didn't want to give me up. So they just give him to
get attached. It's like taking a puppy home. Get attached. I don't want. We're not giving you up.
So that's sort of the way it happened. So so I mean, you think about stuff like that, you just wonder why, but like you said, God's got better plans.
Right.
He knows what to do. So I just let it go with that.
Yeah, that's exactly true.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, where could we find you online and your music and stuff like that?
Well, my primary site's just my name, Jeff, JEFF, BATSON, JeffBatson.com.
Okay.
And there's links there. You can find all my music on all the digital platforms. Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Pandora, Amazon.
Yeah.
You still make CDs, or do you leave it to streaming
with this new
days?
project, I'm gonna press a few CDs.
Press a few, okay.
Everybody needs a coffee, a coaster.
A good coffee coaster? I never thought about that.
So I'll probably
make sure you put a
few.
Circle in the thing where they can...
honestly, that's one thing I do miss about. Of course, I'm a musician and songwriter, so I like to read the credits and read where it's recorded and look at little artwork. And I miss the albums. I mean, honestly.
Yeah,
looking at all this stuff, and you can find that information still, but it's like I miss holding some. Man, I still like to get a card in the mail, like actually hold something.
I do.
Go to the mailbox and
somebody sent me a birthday card or an anniversary card. You just love to.
There's still something about holding something tangible, physical.
Yeah, you have to unwrap it too.
Yeah,
right. It's in an envelope or even a CD. It's got that clear, cellophane
shrink wrap.
Yeah. It's like the wrap on it. It's like, oh boy, it's like a mini Christmas experience that's transparent.
I will press a few CDs. I mean, even though if somebody just buys it for novelty.
Well, see, my buddies, they're called Tennessee 4. I think they came out with 4 CDs, and they would take them to all their shows and sell them. It wasn't much. It was like $6, $7 a piece, but it would cover their cost and get the music out to the people where they could listen to it, which, I've got all of them, but it's one of those things, they did a lot of they took the old music, the old rock and roll and country, and made their CD off songs that were already written.
Right.
Yeah. Which was fine, because people like hearing harmonies, and they're good at harmonizing. They remind me of like the Jordanaires.
Right.
Yeah, that's who they remind me of. So
the local Jordanaires.
Yeah. And
local Jordanaires.
Trying to get them back together. They've not been doing anything.
Were they on hiatus?
They sort of. Well, they had work to do. Doing work all the time. All of them were work, but like two of them, I think, or 3. 2 have already retired. One's fixing to retire. So now they could probably do it because the work wouldn't interfere. So I'm hoping they'll do it. They did the Bell Buckle Elvis show.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
what I hear.
They did a great job doing that.
I'm going to plug something cool I told you about before the show. This, my girlfriend Dorcas and she has a cat, Kiki.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket. We call her Kiki, but anyway, I have friends, Paul and Lisa, Paul Nelson and Lisa, and they started this cat charity thing. It's called Bug and Miko. Bug, B-U-G, and M-E-I-K-O. Bug and Miko.
Okay.
And they, on their website, there's a series called Nash Cats. So Dorcas and I and the cat got to film one. And so you can see that episode on their site or on YouTube. But the cool thing is Costco picked it up and they got featured. They're featured in this month's Costco Connection magazine, which is nationwide.
Yeah.
And our picture's in there with the little cat. And I want to give that a plug.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Batson is nationwide now.
Yeah, there you go.
The Costco Connection.
Yeah. My son and them just came back from Italy. And he said that there's one of the buildings that they were at that it's where I think Julius Caesar might have got killed, but it's now a cat sanctuary.
Really?
They take cats in and feed them and take care of them, and they're all in this building.
Where Julius Caesar got killed?
Yeah, right in front. I think that's where. Yeah, in Rome.
That's in Rome?
Yeah.
We'll have to check that out.
Check out Cat Sanctuary. I'm pretty sure.
You going over there?
Yeah.
Honeymoon place.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he said it was Rome, but he said it was, I think he said it was right where Julius Caesar supposedly got killed.
Yeah.
And it's a cat sanctuary. So,
yeah.
Et tu, Brute?
Et tu, Brute. Yeah.
Well, let's do one more before we get out of here.
What we doing something fun or serious?
Well, you pick it. I'll let you pick. You pick some good ones.
Come on.
You want me to call it?
Yeah, just fun or serious?
Fun.
Fun?
Yeah, let's have some fun when we go out.
I do this is the most recent song I recorded. I just got the mix back here.
That's
another song I wrote with AJ.
Okay.
So the song's called Tomboy.
All right.
I don't know if you know any people, little girls that might be Tom.
Yeah.
Daddy always wanted a boy who'd play in the dirt with Tonka toys, plow the fields, and help him plant soy beans. And when the good Lord gave him a girl, he envisioned another world. Shopping trips, makeup, and curls. Boy, was he wrong, 'cause his little filly is more than pretty. She can tractor pull and raise prize piggies, drive a stick, stack bales of hay, wears a pony well with an old ball cap. The tire blows out, she can fix a flat. Push comes to shove, she's got your back. Daddy's little girl's a tomboy. Daddy's little girl's a tomboy. Well, Bobby Jr. took her down to the Apple Butter Fest they had in town. He'd been lifting weights and working out. Thought he was the man. Grabbed a hammer and nearly fell. She took one swing and rang that bell. Thought he'd seen it all, thought he knew her well. Boy, was he wrong, 'cause his little filly is more than pretty. She can tractor pull and raise prize piggies, drive a stick, stack bales of hay, wears a ponytail through an old ball cap. If the tire blows out, she can fix a flat. Push comes to shove, she's got your back. Daddy's little girl's a tomboy. Daddy's little girl's a tomboy. She'll change the clutch in her boyfriend's Jeep, but throw the wrong pitch, she'll take you deep. 'Cause his little filly is more than pretty. She can tractor pull, raise prize piggies, drive a stick, stack bales of hay, wears a ponytail through an old ball cap. If a tire blows out, she can fix a flat. Push comes to shove, she's got your back. Field dress a buck or clean a bass. But don't mess with her, she'll kick your. Daddy's little girl's a tomboy. Daddy's little girl's a tomboy. Yeah, Daddy's little girl's a tomboy.
That was good. That's
a big trash can ending.
And I know a lot of people. Now, my wife, she used to drive stick in the truck while the boys stacked the hay in the bag. She would drive the farm truck.
Okay, tomboy.
So, yeah,
I learned in a farm truck.
Yeah,
you know.
So yeah.
Nothing wrong. Nothing.
My little mom wasn't 5 feet tall and taught me how to drive a stick. I mean,
really? All right.
I remember one time in Ann, Illinois, I got caught on this hill. I had to park, and she had to get my mom.
She had to help you get out.
She had to fix my problem.
Yeah,
but she did.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Well, I know we mentioned your address as far as where you can go, so give it to them one more time.
It's jeffbatson.com.
Okay.
Or just, if you, not bragging, but if you Google my name, it comes up first still for some reason.
And then you're on Instagram too.
Yeah, Instagram, Jeff Batson Music.
Okay.
And I don't do Instagram or TikTok as much as I should.
Right.
But Jeff Batson Music on there.
Yeah,
and I'm on Facebook, and there's a Jeff Batson. I'm maxed out on friends on my personal page, but there's a Jeff Batson Music page.
Okay.
You can follow.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now, I know you've been here twice, and I've got you scheduled to come back in November.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do a Christmas program.
Okay.
And we're going to do Christmas songs. And you might bring your guitar.
Sure.
Yeah, we play some old Christmas songs.
I've got some Christmas songs.
Yeah,
I do too.
Original even. Some.
Original, okay.
Yeah.
Mine are all covers.
We'll do the originals and then maybe play an old one or two that's
some standard.
Traditional,
Yeah, some greatest hits from Benny on the Beat 2025.
There you go.
But Benny on the Beat.
There you go.
Benny.
Yeah.
Did I just do that on the radio? Whoops. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I promise.
I want to thank Jeff Batson for coming again.
Oh, man. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, man.
It's fun time to come down here.
Well, we
Anytime.
appreciate you.
Sure, man.
Yeah,
Hope I didn't disappoint.
No.
This is something with me and Chase and Jeff's going to do here in just a minute. And she's not listening today, but we're going to go write a song, hopefully, for my wife.
Oh, Vicky.
Yeah, so she usually don't listen to the morning program. She'll listen to the night one, but not the morning.
Well, and he's got some of this already going, so we're going to see if we can wrap it.
We're going to see if we can run with it. And what you know, we might write a number one. You
never know.
All for Vicky.
Until next time, thank you for tuning in to Benny and the Beat.
printing or embroider revision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on Wood 14, East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
Our trending fashions are boutique style apparel at affordable price. Something you're looking for? Look no further than Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. We have special brands from Judy Blue to other famous boutique style brands in most sizes for all ages. We also offer on-site permanent jewelry for the more adventurous shopper. In Bell Buckle at 102 Bell Buckle War Trace Road. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 6 p.m. 931-813-3100. Shady Acres Creations Boutique and More is your new place to shop for the latest designs and fashion trends.